Florida said it's moving on from Billy Napier, and it's time to take a look at the head coaching candidates that could replace him. Now, the first one is going to be obvious because everybody wants John Summerall on their team. He has been a hot commodity ever since he got to Tulane and ever since he started winning at Tulane. And that has been the case once again this year. He's done a great job of coaching up good defenses, whether that's at Tulane or that's at Troy. And there have been multiple SEC jobs that he's been tied to, and he's done a great job of roster building. He's done a great job of hiring the right coordinators. He's done a great job of coaching defense. He has everything that teams are going to want from a group of five coach looking to make that jump, and it'll be fun to see which team ultimately lands him. It feels like it's a matter of when, not if. And one team is going to be very happy with what they get. The rest of the teams that didn't get him are probably going to feel disappointed. But John Summerall is one of the hottest coaching commodities that you could probably have. A name that keeps coming up with the Florida job is Lane Kiffin. Now, I don't know if he is actually going to leave Ole Miss for Florida, but it's still something to discuss. He's been tied to this job for quite some time. Ever since Billy Napier struggled, articles have been written. Lane Kiffin has been associated with the Florida Gators head coaching position. Now, whether or not he would take it, like I said, I don't necessarily know. He clearly brings an energy to a program. He clearly knows how to build through the transfer portal. He knows how to become or make his program an attractive one to recruits, to potential transfer portal players. So he clearly knows what he's doing, and he knows how to coach an offense. And if you're worried about DJ Lagway or some of the offensive talent that you're potentially losing, or just any talent in general, you probably feel better that Lane Kiffin could get them to return. You have a fun system to play in. It's clear that this offense is one of the most explosive, and Kiffin knows how to relate to his players. So it'll be fun to see if this actually goes through, but it's a name that I think a lot of people are going to be talking about for quite some time. Sticking in the state of Florida, you can go to Alex Golesh and just see what his interest is. Do you have the faith in him to turn this program around? If you look at what he did at USF, then you're probably thinking, yeah, I think that he is going to be the right guy for the job. Now, whether or not he is going to do that or not would be the big question. He's only been a head coach since 2023, but it's clear that he brings a unique system that could be fun in the SEC. You have to find ways to be unique and to stand out. And Alex Golesh's offense in the American is really hard to defend because you don't have any other offense that plays like he does, that plays like his team does. Now, it helps when you have a guy like Byron Brown, but kind of a guy similar to Byron Brown is going to be DJ Lagway, and that would be fun to see in this offense. I think he would be a really fun fit in that offense, and it would be interesting to see how that offense would work in the SEC with what we saw at Tennessee. If you have another one, our team's just going to get more used to it, or is it just going to be more stressful for everyone? But Alex Golesh is going to get a head coaching job somewhere else at some point. It's just going to be a matter of who gives him that opportunity. Now, one of the best options, in my opinion, that is available is James Franklin. Now, whether or not Florida fans want James Franklin or not remains to be seen, but you look at what he did at Penn State. You look at what he did at Vanderbilt. This guy knows how to win football games. And if your complaint right now is that you're not winning, James Franklin is that guy. Now, the biggest thing with James Franklin is, can he win the big game? I think James Franklin can win the big game. I think that he can take a team to a national championship. I think that he can. It's just that you got to a point at Penn State where things just weren't working out. And honestly, I feel like Penn State might regret firing James Franklin, because you're going to have a hard time finding a guy who knows what he's doing. Somebody is going to get a great head coach in James Franklin, or a coach in general. Somebody's going to get him. And if it's Florida, great. If it's someone else, also great. That's just going to happen. James Franklin is a good head coach. You don't have to overthink it. He knows how to win. And sometimes you just need to be in the right place at the right time. You need to be able to win football games. Right now, Florida's not winning well enough to even have a chance at the playoffs. So getting a guy that can at least get you there might be that next step. Another name that's been floating around is Washington head coach Jedd Fisch. This is a guy who has NFL ties, has NFL experience, and has done a pretty good job at both Arizona and Washington. I think that putting him in the SEC only makes sense. You look at what he brings to the table at Washington. he's already running that program like it's an NFL team. He's already getting his guys into position to further their careers at the next level, and doing that in the SEC, where you probably have access to more talent. Well, no, not probably. You do have access to more talent than you do in the state of Washington. That seems like a no-brainer fit to me. Now, another name that's going to be tied to a lot of jobs is Eli Drinkwitz. That Missouri head coach has done an incredible job at Missouri. He's done well with the Tigers, and I'm really interested to see if he's going to take another job or he's going to stick with Missouri. It's clear he knows how to recruit at a high level. He clearly knows how to use the transfer portal and get the right guys into his system. And why not do that at Florida as well? You have more access to talent. You have quicker access to that talent. You can build a roster that's probably going to be better than what you have at Missouri. And he's one of the guys that's going to be really fun to watch to see where he ends up. Now, a long shot that could be really fun is Marcus Freeman. What he's done at Notre Dame so far has been really fun to watch. I don't know if he would leave Notre Dame for Florida. I'm not obviously an insider on who would go where, but I think that they should take a shot. I think that they should take a chance that Marcus Freeman would want to be there. He clearly knows what he's doing. He knows how to hire the right guys. He knows how to recruit. He knows how to coach defense. He has everything that, if you're a Florida fan, he has everything that you need to get you to where you want your program to actually be. Another guy who would be extremely exciting to hire is Rhett Lashley. You look at what he's done at SMU, he's not leaving for just any job. A job like Florida would be a job that I think he'd consider leaving for. He knows how to coach an offense. He has familiarity with the SEC. He knows how to use the transfer portal. He knows how to recruit. He understands NIL and how to use it. He has everything that you need. He has everything that you want from your head coach. He clearly knows how to win football games as well and to create explosive offenses. I mean, the guy did it at UConn. If you can do it at UConn, you probably can do it pretty much anywhere. And Florida's going to have way more access to talent than you probably would at SMU in terms of guys that are going to want to come. Now, SMU is on a different trajectory now, but going to Florida would give him access to a lot more than he currently does now. Now, the next two are going to be a little bit out there, and I don't know if Lance Leipold would be a good fit for Florida. I don't know if Florida would want that, but you can't deny that the guy knows how to win. I mean, if you can win at Buffalo and Kansas, you can probably win anywhere. And Leipold clearly knows how to. I think the reason why I put him on here is you look at his time at UW Whitewater, and winning at the Division I level obviously is very different than at Division III, but the dynasty that he built at Whitewater tells me he knows how to win at a high level. He knows the right guys to get in place and knows how to set a standard of winning. Florida needs that right now. Whether or not they'd go with Leipold, though, is going to be the question. Another name that I keep seeing is Urban Meyer. Now, I don't necessarily know if Florida would dip back into that well and bring him back. A lot of things are just different now, but I think that Urban Meyer is a name that you're going to hear quite a bit. Now, would I hire him as a head coach if I was in charge of Florida? No, there is a lot that I would have concerns about with him that he would need to show that he's ready to adapt to, and that's going to be a big question. But it is a name that you're going to be seeing. So who do you think the next head coach for the Florida Gators is going to be? Comment that name down below. As always, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.